Hello everybody, welcome back to Toon Talk, the show where we talk about the toons. I gotta work on that. Currently, I am experiencing the feels. It hurts so much. And the reason that I'm currently feeling all these feels is because I just watched a little series called RWBY. Now, if you're watching this video, you're probably either saying, what the hell is RWBY? Or, bitch, you so late to the RWBY train. And I know, girl, I know. Now, RWBY, spelled R.W.B.Y, is a web series produced by Rooster Teeth and created by Monty Ohm, who has unfortunately since passed away. It follows 4 teenage girls, Ruby Rose, Weiss Shani, Blake Belladonna, and Yang Xiaolong in the world of Revenant in which monsters run amok. And over many years and many bloody battles, humanity has sort of developed a way of fighting back against the Grimm using this magical substance known as dust. And the people who wield dust and use it to fight are known as hunters and huntresses. And that is where our main characters come in. They are all 4 training to be huntresses at the prestigious Beacon Academy. Volume 1 is very lighthearted and sets up the world, Volume 2 builds character and raises the stakes, and Volume 3 amps everything up about 10 million notches. The writing in the show is absolutely phenomenal. It's a touch cliche at parts, but honestly I feel like if something has been done before, that doesn't mean that it can't be done again really, really well. And it's definitely done really, really well here. The world and the mythos is very interesting and very strong, and I feel like I would never get bored of learning more about it. There's a ton of really great action sequences that are all directed superbly well. The character designs are so vibrant and memorable, like I want to cosplay as every single one of those girls, even though I look like a potato. The musical soundtrack is one of the best, most well-done soundtracks that I've ever heard in my entire life. It fits the tone of the show absolutely stunningly well. It's beautiful, it's perfect. One of the songs on the season 1 soundtrack made me cry. The voice acting is above average. There's maybe 1 or 2 characters that I feel like their voices don't match their character design, but overall I feel like they've got a very talented cast. The show's got a really good tone and atmosphere. It really makes you feel like you're there. I think the episodes are the perfect length to get you invested but to not go on too long. It's a really good blend of anime style storytelling and Western style storytelling. It's got a lot of heart, and I really like the way that all of the characters play off of each other, and I like the team dynamic between Team RWBY and Team Juniper. This is also a show that just hooked me right off the bat. Like, one problem I usually have with anime is that it takes forever to get into it because good storytelling, it takes a lot of time and a lot of build-up. But here, I was invested in these characters after like 15 minutes. You genuinely feel like the stakes are really high anytime one of our characters goes into battle. It never feels like everything is too easy. You're constantly wondering if everybody's gonna make it out okay, and sometimes they don't. You know, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes action sequences, when they're just really long, they get really boring for me. You know, like after a while of the same repetitive fight choreography, I just start to nod off. But you never get that here because the action sequences are directed really well, they use all of their weapons in really creative ways, and everybody is skilled at fighting in a different sort of area, and also all of the villains have different powers themselves, so it's just constantly getting new matchups, and it's always something to be really invested in. Of course, being a fan of animation, I have to say that the animation in this show is definitely not the best. It kind of looks like it was animated on The Sims because the characters don't move fluidly and they gesture really weirdly and their mouths don't line up with anything that they're saying. But that being said, I understand that this was an independent project done by independent creators who are also self-taught. So that being said, it's actually pretty impressive that they managed this scale of animation at all. I'm just saying I would love the show so much more if it actually looked really fluid and beautiful like something you'd see on television. But again, that's a nitpick. Everything else about the show is really great. The show also kind of has a bad habit of bringing in characters out of nowhere and then leaving them underdeveloped for a really long time. I'm looking at you, Coco. You too, monkey boy. I don't even remember this dude's name. But of course the show is not over, so that could be resolved in time. That's just one problem that I'm noticing as of right now. I have a really hard time picking favorite characters in this one. Like, RWBY is just so upbeat and positive and inherently likable. Weiss, even though she can be really polarizing, I still kind of really admire her. I think that she fights really beautifully. I just really like the melding of the very precise action with the magical ice powers, and I kind of just appreciate that she's more reserved than our other characters because you just kind of need that in a group dynamic, and I appreciate her for some reason. Blake is a super interesting character because she's so mysterious and she's got all these things that get revealed over the course of the series, and Yang is just a gung-ho party girl and I just really love her. She might be my favorite character. I of course love Pyrrha. I love that she's so good at fighting but also so humble. I love John. He's so sweet and he breaks my heart. Nora's hysterically funny. I really like Ren, even though we don't know that much about him. And of course we've got Sun and Neptune, and then we've got the teacher squad. There's just so many interesting things going on in the show. It feels fresh, it feels unique, and I definitely recommend you watch it if you haven't already seen it. Like, it's everywhere. You can get a DVD, you can watch it on Netflix, you can watch it on YouTube, you can watch it on Rooster Teeth's website. It's everywhere. Do yourself a favor and watch this show. As always, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and all that jazz. You can support me on Patreon if you'd like to do that, and feel free to leave any of your comments on RWBY in the comments below. I will see you guys later. Goodbye.